Hello, we're back again today to do some more of the Inktober Tangles. I finished up last time on day 7, so today we're on day 8 and it is Kinesis. And this is by Diana Schreier. If you don't know what Inktober Tangles are, it's put together by Stephanie Jennifer and it's a prompt for every day of October, and it's an alternative to doing the traditional Inktober drawing challenge. So let me zoom in. This is a new tangle to me, so this is, how was I doing it? Day 8. Kinesis by Diana CCT. So with this one, you start with, let's check I'm in close enough. You start with an S, and then you join another S, and then you join another S, so you have something that looks like that. Then you have a triangle created in the middle here. It says fill the triangle. Just make that go further around there to make it look a bit more elegant. And then you double up the S's. So let's do a bit of doubling there. And a bit of doubling there. And then you can put extra orbs in. And you can do some shading and things like that. You can also, if you want to, start with a wibbly wobbly shape. And then see where your S's are on that. So there's an S. And you can bring the S's out. So there's an S. Let's actually make this one go out there somewhere. Sometimes when I'm learning new tangles, I don't know if what I'm doing is exactly what they were kind of expecting, but it's fun to play. I think that one's gone backwards, hasn't it? Let's leave it like that, and then do some of the doubling. So let's put an orb in each side of this S. And then in here, obviously we could do anything we like. And when you do your S's, doubling up your S's, I went on the inside, but clearly you could go on the outside and just do a little bit like that. And that gives it kind of a 3D effect. So that's day 8, Kenesses. Day 9 is called Winterly, and this is by Ute Andresen, or Andresen, not sure. And this is another new one for me. So this one is a floral tangle, looks like that. And looking at it, there are several ways you can do it, but this is the way that it has been designed. So you start with the dot in the middle and you do some little stamen type things. Coming out of the middle, I think it'd be ideal to kind of cross them over so it does look like a stamen. And then you have 3 petal shapes. 1, 2, 3. Then you do petal shapes in between. 1, 2, 3. And make it like a leaf on the end. Sorry, not a leaf, a petal, by doing a wibbly wobbly. You can vary these because petals are all very different. Like that. Then a kind of thin heart shape coming out of here. And you can make these as long as you like and as thin as you like. And then they've got a couple of these coming out of each one. If you're doing this on a Zentangle tile, then you can be turning your tile. It's a bit more tricky with my book. And this is Ute's version of it. I'm not actually doing any shading on any of these in this practice book, but when I'm doing my actual one I will do, and then you can see how you can get some depth and variation in the petals. So that's day 9. And day 10 is called Sweet Pea by Yoko Kajiyama. Move you up. And again, another new one. So with this one, I'm going to turn my book this way. You start with a zigzag pattern, which could either be straight lines or you can do more elegant lines. Mine are not particularly elegant. And then off of each one of these, we have a little curlicue bit. And they don't have to all be equal if you don't want them to be. Like that. Then I may have done my gaps too big. And come around there and down. And there and down. And then you do the same on the other side. And you may well find that one side is easier to do than the other. Oh, missed one off here, didn't I? And then, off of each of these, we have a couple of extra bits. And my gaps between these are not terribly big, so these bits they're tapering in more, but you can do them so that they taper in less. And it might be because I did like such a big gap there. And here I'm just playing with seeing what it happens if I go out or if I go further in. You'll find that you prefer one way rather than another. And then along these gaps here, you can put in straight lines if you want. And so you draw these in after you've done all of this because of the overlaps that you may or may not get. And then some little orbs on the outside, just to fancy it up a little bit. So there we have it, sweet pea. You could also do some embellishments in here as well, if you want to. And that would look quite nice as, like I say, as a straight line, or you could do more of a curved one. Let me just show you the original here again. This one here is much more elegant than mine. And I don't know if I'd rather do it separately as I go along, but that's day 10. And day 11 is No FOMO, No Fear of Missing Out by Amy Brody, CZT. So this one starts with go in a bit more for you. Little curly star, and then we do little curly cues on each one. And then we join these up. Look at little telephones, don't they? And then we can have things in the middle here. You can decorate this any way you like. Let's do some petal shapes on this one. And then some orbs coming out of these bits. Although on the one on the sheet here, the orbs are in these bits, whereas on the one here on the step out, let me just zoom out for you, the orbs are in the other bit. But that's the beauty of Zentangle, that once you've got the basic shapes, you kind of mend it to look however you like. So to help me with my drawing later, I'm going to do some that just come straight out. I'm going to do some that come straight out but with a line between them. And they've got on there, they've got one where there's a wiggly, wiggly, wiggly line that comes out, and then the orbs are on the wiggly line. And then I might just do some little orbs come. Oh, sorry, I made it out of the thing again. So you can do each one slightly differently. And then obviously when you combine it with other tangles, there's other things that you can do as well. So that's day 11, no FOMO. Day 12 is X's by Thomas Padros. He does amazing patterns. So X's is quite I'll call it a mathematical type pattern. You start with that's as close in as you can get, with a parallel set of lines, which you then make into triangles. Which you can colour in, I think. And you can already see as I'm colouring these in that different patterns start to emerge anyway in between the spaces. Then with each one of these, so you do an upward arrow, miss one, an upward arrow, miss one. I'm just going to add a couple more lines so I've got an extra arrow. Then opposite that arrow you have a downward arrow. And then we have a straight line going across. And we join that up, I believe. And then we do the same on the bottom here. And we have the long bit and the short bit. And then we do some squares. And colour them in. So there's day 12 X's. Day 13 is Pu Yang by Zentangle Ink. And this was a new tangle released last year. So this one is based kind of on a Hershey's Kiss, I believe. And it starts with
controlling bits to make it
stripy. I'm not entirely sure I do that bit correctly, if my memory serves me right. Let's move it up again. Then let's do a tail. From down here, we kind of do a mushroom out. And then I'm just going to start here. Go out to the outside edge. And you kind of go over the edge a bit. And then a line. So we've got the bottom bit, we've got the first bit, and we've got the round, and then you add another bit on top somewhere. I've not left enough space here, so I'm going to kind of make mine go this way somehow. And then thicken up some of these sections. So something like that. Here's the one in the step out from Zentangle Ink. So it's going to be interesting to see how all these fit together if I do decide to do one big project, because they're all quite different. And last year I was quite random in the circular one that I did, and it somehow worked out. I made it work. This year I'm not quite sure with some of these. So day 14, the last one for today, is Kasserine, and this is by Susan Yo. CCT, and this is another new one for me. So Kasserine is a grid tangle, so I'm just going to very lightly, I'm going to do a bit bigger, draw a grid. Just to give me a starting point. And we start with a house kind of shape. in each one. These have got bigger and bigger each one. Then we put on a dome. Then a door. Then we join up going diagonally that way. And finish the dome shape. Then we do some diagonal lines. Like that. And then there'll be various bits of colouring in that you can do. So you might choose to colour in all the doors. Like that. So that's day 14, Kasserine by Susan Yo. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for days 15 to 21. Bye.